How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and happy Easter. In this video, I'm going to be making 91 overall Hal Newhouser's debut. I finally was able to get him drawn onto the mound, and this opponent is also a World Series player. He's got an amazing team in Kenny Lofton, Mookie Betts, Bryce Harper, Aaron Judge, Don Mattingly, Mike Piazza, Freddie Freeman, Jose Ramirez, and Corey Kluber on the mound. I'm sure he also has Francisco Lindor because he has that Kenny Lofton, but not in the starting lineup. And to start the game, we are facing Kenny Lofton. This Hal Newhouser does throw extremely hard in 97, 98 miles an hour on the four-seam, and the two-seamer gets up to about the same, 96, 97. He throws a nice sweeping curve, as I threw one right there, 81 miles an hour, and his changeup is as low as 81 to 83 miles an hour. Definitely a great card. You get this card through completing the Tigers Team Affinity program. And since I am a Tigers fan, I did want to complete that. I also started a March to October with the Tigers, but that's not how I unlocked this card. I unlocked this card through completing all three of the exchange missions in the Team Affinity. If you scroll down all the way to the bottom, you can exchange 100,000 points worth of players, 60,000 worth, and 30,000 worth. And I did that by exchanging a lot of the silver cards, the gold cards from the rival teams in the AL Central, in let's say the Twins, Royals, some teams like that. So I exchanged those cards and picked up this Hal Newhouser after playing 2 or 3 games with the Tigers players in a regular extra inning game against the computer on rookie, and I figured that it would be worth it to get this card because he's a very good lefty pitcher, should be very usable on the harder difficulties as he does throw extremely hard, but at the same time he doesn't have the best control. But the other stats kind of make up for it. He reminds me a lot of like a budget Vida Blue, if that makes sense. He kind of has similar pitches to Vida, throws about the same speed and velocity, but his curveball is not as good and his changeup is not as good. But I am also making 88 overall Ty Cobb's debut in the outfield. There he fielded the ball in right field, throw it home, and kept the run from scoring. Then the very next pitch, double play ball from Freddie Freeman. Jose Reyes flipped that to Ben Zobrist. He made a very nice play there, throwing it over to first base. Ty Cobb leading off this next inning with a base knock up the middle. And something that I kind of noticed is when you have guys with higher vision and contact, you can kind of get away with missed PCI placement. And that's how I was able to get a base hit with Ty Cobb there. And then Chipper Jones on a hit and run, was trying to be aggressive. I noticed this opponent was throwing a lot of strikes early in the count, and just throwing a lot of strikes in general. So I tried to do a hit and run there, and it turned into a 2-run shot from Chipper Jones. That is the 87 overall third baseman from the Special Edition Diamond Pack. I picked that card up just by buying and selling some players. I got rid of Tony Gwynn because he's not out there in right field anymore. Ty Cobb is, and there mid-flight, as I was trying to catch the ball, I threw to the cutoff man instead of throwing to like second base or first base. And I think that's why I got the smaller icon, and he did indeed drop the ball out there. I think it's because I switched up the base on him right before the ball actually landed in his glove. I don't really know why that would happen, but that's the only thing I can think of because I've never seen that animation before that exact time right there. But I did go ahead and pick up Andrew Jones as well for left field because I wanted to get a better outfield overall. I'm looking to get all diamond fielders out there in the outfield. But the opponent accidentally stole home on that play. I don't really necessarily think he was stealing home. He was trying to steal second with Kenny Lofton, but his runner went on him, and I was able to get out of the inning. Huge way to get out of the inning right there with the strikeout facing Mookie Betts. He was one swing from tying up the game at 2-0, and that's not going to be enough runs to win this game. I'm going to need to score a couple more, and there Ichiro's starting off the next inning with a base hit. Now we have a 3-1 count with Jose Reyes up at the plate. He draws a walk. Kind of worried about Ichiro over there at first base. I was able to steal second and third with some of these guys. And Frank Thomas is unable to get the job done. Hits a fly ball into shallow center field. Mookie Betts does make the play. There's no way I was going to test him and run home on that one. We have Pablo Sanchez up at the plate. And I ended up missing that pitch. I thought that was a good pitch on the outside corner. But it is a pass ball, wild pitch, and I'm able to score that run with Ichiro, which is going to be a big run because right there I grounded to third base, and he does throw home for some reason. There was 2 outs in the inning, so he would have been able to just throw it to first and get me out. But now we still have Hal Newhouser on the mound in a 3-0 game. I was looking to jam Bryce Harper there, but he does rip a base hit up the middle, just out of Jose Reyes and Ben Zobrist's reach. They're playing the shift there. But this opponent is also looking to be aggressive on a hit and run. He has Aaron Judge up at the plate, and he hits it to Frank Thomas. Luckily, Frank Thomas is able to make the play there. Brings up Don Mattingly. He hits it off the pitcher right to the bronze fielding Chipper Jones, and he's going to be able to make that play. I was surprised that I was able to make that play off the ricochet from the pitcher, and I was glad that Hal Newhouser stayed in the game for his debut, because that's the only time I've ever seen a pitcher get hurt in this game is when they get hit with the baseball on a comeback line drive or hard ground ball. But there, Ty Cobb is ripping one up the middle. This is going to be his debut for... I've definitely made some pinch hit appearances with him, but this is the first time I've actually started him in the outfield, and I figured why not. I was using some other guys with bronze fielding. They were doing okay for me out there, but definitely need to upgrade it over there and use him off the bench, because he is a very good hitter, but he's not going to be usable out there in the outfield for me. But this game is on Legend. He's done well so far. Now he's on first base, and I hit into a double play with Andrew Jones. Andrew Jones is a pretty tough hitter to use on the harder difficulties. However, I did lock him in along with Cy Young and Goose Gossage for the 75 program stars for the second inning program. I really want to try and get that program done as quickly as possible. And this next month, I'm going to be graduating with my master's degree in special education, so I don't really know how much I'm going to be able to play the game. So I wanted to focus on getting that program finished as quickly as possible, so that way I don't miss out on one of those cards in the Madison Bumgarner. But I am also going to be working on my stuff to complete everything to the best of my ability. So the game is not really what I'm focused on when it comes to that. That's why I just got that out of the way, locked in those cards. I know I'll probably end up wanting to sell one of them later on in the season, but it's all good. Sometimes you got to make those decisions and go from there. However, now I'll use those 3 players as much as possible until I take them out of the lineup when I get more Signature Series players, if that makes sense. But I am also approaching the silver level 20, so I'll unlock another diamond for my... I'll unlock another special edition diamond for the team, and then I'll also be approaching that level silver 40, in which I'm going to select Clayton Kershaw, so that I'll have some good players coming up on the team here in the next couple weeks for the pitching staff, and as well as lineup. I'm hoping to make a couple debut videos with some good hitters and try and pick up a couple good live series cards. But anyway, let's get back to the gameplay. Jose Reyes is ripping a base hit through the 6 hole there. Brings up Frank Thomas, still up 3-1 in this one. Not really much going on in this later on and towards the end of this game, but Frank Thomas is hitting a fly ball to right field, and I wasn't able to get anything going there. I tried to do a hit and run because I have been going the other way with Frank and hitting a lot of balls to second base with him. So I figured, why not go for a hit and run, try to send one into the gap, and score an extra run there for insurance. Now we have Ty Cobb at the plate once again, and he's already 2 for 2 in this game, and that's going to be another base hit. Mookie Betts is unable to barehand that one and throw him out. I don't really know what happened on that play, but now we have Andrew Jones up, and I was trying to do another hit and run right there with Ty Cobb. He doesn't really have the most speed, but 66 is going to be enough to, I guess, kind of put a play into motion. If I don't hit the ball, then I'm most likely going to be thrown out stealing wise with 66 speed. But anyway, a ball in the gap does score Ty Cobb all the way from first base. And now we have Ben Zobrist up at the plate. He's going to hit one to third. And I kind of messed up my base runner. I sent him. I thought that ball was going to be down the line, and it actually worked out in my favor. I was able to get back to the base, and I don't think this opponent had throw canceling on. But I wasn't trying to mess with the runner. I know in this game you're going to slip and fall, and you're going to run yourself into outs. I really thought that ball was down the line. It looked like on my screen that it got past Freddie Freeman over there at third base, but then all of a sudden the ball just went right into his glove. So he made the play. Anyway, we're in the top of the 8th inning with 2 outs. I'm going with the fastball up in the zone to Gary Sanchez, and that's going to be a fly ball to Jose Reyes. And I'm looking to expand the lead a little bit, have a 3-run lead, but this is the last chance I'm going to get to hit unless if he ties up the game. So I'm looking to expand the lead and get a couple insurance runs here. Jose Reyes does lead it off with the base hit, so that's good. I'm able to steal second base. And there I thought I hit the first home run with Frank Thomas. Unfortunate that it was to the warning track. I still have not tapped into Frank's power and hit one out. I'm waiting for that no doubter. But anyway, Jose Reyes is able to move up to third base there. And then he walked a couple guys. I was able to walk in a run as Chipper Jones draws a nice, has a good at-bat there, draws the walk. Now Andrew Jones is up at the plate. Have back-to-back Jones up from the Braves. and he's going to send one into center field. That's going to be a base hit. I was surprised that one actually fell. I thought it was going to be a line out to center. But two more runs are going to score. I had Willie Mays in as a defensive replacement into the outfield later in the game. For Ty Cobb, I figured I would go to him because Willie Mays is a much better fielder out there, and he's not going to have another at-bat in this one, so might as well go to the better defensive player, and the more speed on the base pass is a smart move. Now we have Ichiro up at the plate, and I hadn't really done anything with Ichiro in this game, but he does strike out there with the bases loaded. But we are up 7-1, and I'm looking to close this game out. Kenny Lofton is going to send out a no doubt home run though, but this is definitely the most runs I've scored on legend difficulty. 7 runs and 10 hits were the most I've gotten. But at the same time, I was also able to pitch much better in this one as well with this Hal Newhouser. I really like this 91 overall Hal Newhouser. He made a great debut for me. He struck out 14 batters in this one through the complete game. Did give up 2 runs, but nonetheless pitched very effectively. It says they're 5-0, but that was because I played a few games of Conquest when I was grinding out the second inning program. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm College Lefty, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, have a great Easter. Peace out, everybody.